Kaley Cuoco's new career update just made Penny's return in the Big Bang Theory spin-off more likely. After Young Sheldon ended, Chuck Lorre and his team launched a new expansion series in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, which follows Sheldon's older brother, Georgie, as he navigates family life with Mandy. As good as the show thus far is, however, it barely has any ties to the Big Bang Theory. Instead, it's more of a sequel to Young Sheldon, which doesn't really scratch the itch for those who are missing the nerd-centric sitcom. So it was exciting when it was reported that Lorre is working on another spin-off, this time, with a strong connection to the Big Bang Theory. Specific plot details are still scant at the moment, but according to the trades, the new show will bring back 3 fan-favorite supporting characters, Stuart, Denise, and Bert. Admittedly, not having any main Pasadena gang member is quite disappointing, but Cuoco is open to returning as Penny in the Big Bang Theory spin-off, and now, a new step in her career inches her closer to reprising her most iconic role to date. Kaley Cuoco's new comedy is produced by Warner Bros. Television, like TBBT spin-off. Kansas City Star is set to air on HBO. Kaley Cuoco as Cassandra looking sad in The Flight Attendant. In a new report, via Deadline, Cuoco is supposedly starring in a new comedy from Hacks trio of Lucia Aniello, Paul W. Downs, and Jen Statsky. Titled Kansas City Star, the show will feature Cuoco as a semi-famous actress who returns to her hometown to work with a regional theater troupe. While starring in her own show will make her busier, working on this new project actually opens the door wider for her to make a cameo as Penny in the Big Bang Theory spin-off, since both shows are produced by Warner Bros. TV. Assuming that the projects move forward, it would be much easier to organize Cuoco's return to the nerd-centric franchise, especially if they film around the same time. It's safe to say that both comedies will shoot on the stages at Warner Bros. Studios in Burbank, which the Big Bang Theory called home for 12 seasons. While Lorre isn't involved in Kansas City Star, he not only has a good relationship with Cuoco, but also with Warner Bros. TV, where he is currently under an overall deal. So he could easily arrange for Penny to make a quick cameo. Why Penny needs to return in the Big Bang Theory spin-off? Penny's involvement has several benefits to the next The Big Bang Theory show. There isn't a shortage of reasons for Penny to return in the Big Bang Theory franchise. Considering how beloved Cuoco and her character are, fans would be more than thrilled to see her in any kind of circumstances, especially after the Young Sheldon finale failed to feature a much-clamored cameo. That said, there are also some narrative benefits to her possible appearance. For starters, she can provide a needed update on how the Pasadena gang is doing after the Big Bang Theory finale. This is especially vital for her and Leonard's sake, because of how divisive their pregnancy arc was. Secondly, and also in connection to her marriage, Penny's appearance in the Big Bang Theory spin-off can finally settle the Leonard is dead mystery that the Young Sheldon finale birthed. If she happens to encounter any of Lorre's new lead characters, whatever she says will confirm how her husband is. This is particularly important because the rumors about Leonard's demise will significantly change the way the Big Bang Theory finale is perceived. While the pair's final arc was divisive, the fact that they appeared happy made up for it. Their story would turn tragic if Leonard is gone finally. Cuoco's cameo as Penny can bolster people's interest in the new endeavor. Lorre's currently in development offshoot will feature supporting characters at the center of its storytelling. While viewers are familiar with them, the jury is still out if the public actually cares about their story. Unlike Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, which Young Sheldon paved the way for, Stuart's show doesn't have any proper setup. That said, if Cuoco comes back and people check it out, it gives the upcoming series a chance to sell itself, in case viewers end up liking what they see. How Penny can return in the Big Bang Theory spin-off. A trip to the comic book shop is always a good idea. Penny with a glass of wine in the Big Bang Theory. Since plot details about the Stuart-led The Big Bang Theory are still scant at the moment, it's difficult to say how exactly Penny can make an appearance. It doesn't help that the Young Sheldon finale didn't offer any substantial update on the rest of the Pasadena gang. However, with Cuoco getting involved easier than ever, Lorre shouldn't have a difficult time coming up with an idea to incorporate her. Since adult Sheldon confirmed that Penny still lives in California years from now, a chance encounter between her and Stuart is possible, especially if they still live in the same area. Otherwise, a more intentional way to incorporate Penny into the Big Bang Theory spin-off is for her to visit the comic book story. Perhaps, years after they welcomed their first child, Leonard has let go of his old likes and hobbies, including reading comic books. As a way to express her appreciation for everything that her husband has done for their family, she wants to remind him of the things he used to love. Another way to incorporate the establishment is if their child follows in their dad's footsteps when it comes to his love of superheroes and fictional leads. Who else from the Big Bang Theory should return in the spin-off? The boys were long customers of Stuart's comic book shop. Cuoco is the only actor from the Big Bang Theory core cast to properly comment on her potential return as Penny via the offshoot. While staging a cameo for her would already be big for the upcoming spin-off, there are other characters from the nerd-centric sitcom who would be great to feature in the new show. Based on connections alone, any of the Pasadena gang guys would work. They knew Stewart long before the Big Bang Theory pilot, which was when Penny moved in across the hall. Aside from that, the guys were also colleagues with Bert at Caltech. Granted that he didn't have as much presence in the Big Bang Theory as Stewart, but any from the guys can still be in collaboration with him, if they are still all in the institution. It's also worth noting that Amy once went out with Bert, so that may be a narrative opening for her to appear in the Big Bang Theory spin-off. Maybe it's an accidental encounter, where Sheldon's wife is roped into whatever Bert is doing these days.